Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Heather Forgan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Scotland. My website is stampwithnellie.com. And today I am using my current favourite bundle again, the Nothing's Better Than stamp set, along with the Love You More Than dies. These two products are available separately, but if you buy them together, you save 10% when you use the bundle code. I've already made a video with using the chocolate on a box, and I did a fancy fold card using coffee. I have a blog post with cocktails, and this time it's the turn of the cookies. So this is just a nice, simple, straightforward box where the lid and the base are just slightly different sizes, so that it slides off and on fairly easily. You're just like cookies, you make everything better with a little bundle of tasty looking cookies there and the real thing inside. Okay, so I am using the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, and this is Early Espresso card, and the lid is made with crumb cake, and I will show you how I did that. My blog post associated with this video will have all of the dimensions, the measurements for these pieces of card and paper, and will have a link to all of the products that you can click on to then shop in my online Stampin' Up shop. The link to that blog post is directly underneath in the description bar, and there will be a link to my shop there as well. So, as I've said, the crumb cake lid is just fractionally larger than the Early Espresso for the base. So this was 6 inches square, and this was 6 1/8 of an inch square. And I'm just going to bring in my Simply Scored board. Okay. And I am going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides, on both of these pieces. Nice and easy. So using my bone folder, I am just reinforcing those lines. Both the base and the lid. Bring in my paper snips, and I am cutting down the side of that score line on the rectangle and chopping into the square. Turn it around and do the same on that one. Round again, straight down and chop in. Just the same as I do on most of my boxes. Okay. And then I want to do exactly the same with the base. Okay, so I now have my base of my box and the top of my box. Before I go ahead and build that up, I'm going to just add some of the decoration. So I have a piece of Early Espresso and my designer series paper. I'm going to glue those two together. And add them to the top of the box. Just like that. Now, I also have 4 pieces of Early Espresso card and 4 pieces of designer series paper to mat together to add along the sides. So I'll just do that right now. There we are. Now, you'll see that I've got 2 pieces where the wood grain goes that way, and I've got 2 pieces where it goes that way. And that's because I want it to look as if there's a continuance on there like that. So I'll just glue those in place. Okay, so that's the first part of the decoration done. I'm now going to assemble the pieces of the box, and I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus, which is a new adhesive to me. I've not actually used this yet. So it is a roller, but it is very strong adhesive and is perfect for box making for that reason. So I'm just putting a little bit on each of those tabs. Now when I did it, I went over the edge there, so I'm just going to roll that back over. Bring up your corners and then press it down. Bring your corner together, make sure you're happy with that, and then press the tab in place. Okay, so there we've got the base, and I'm just going to do exactly the same on the top. Alright, so we've now got our top. Pop in a little pack of cookies into the base, put the top on perfectly like that. So we've just got a little bit of decoration left to do. I'll bring that one in so you can see. Now, I've already gone ahead and stamped the sentiments, and to cut that one out, I actually used the classic label punch. However, I don't particularly want the ends to be like that, so I'm just chopping them off. The reason I use the punch is just that it's a nice width and it just makes life a little bit easier than trimming it. However, I did trim that piece there. Now, to back them, what I normally do is I will put them on a larger piece and decide what border I want. So I've got the same border at the bottom and the side there, and then I'll use my paper trimmer to trim that down. So I'll do the same here. Quite happy with where that is. Oops, well I was until I moved it. Right, I won't use that bit because it's now got glue on bits I probably shouldn't need to have it. So I'll use it down here. Like that. Okay. Let me bring in my paper trimmer. And I know that it's going to cut along that channel there, so I'm just going to put it down there, and that's not too bad. Not exactly where I would want it. Let's see if I can take a tiny slither off. Like that. There we go. Perfect. And then do the same with this one. Try and not get glue onto my trimmer. Perfect. Okay, so you're just like, we'll pop that up in that top corner. And we'll put this bit down in this bottom corner. Okay. Now the die cut for cookies. What I should have done was die cut it with the adhesive sheets, but then I forgot. So I'll just put little dots of adhesive on the back. Okay. And put that in between those two there. Now when I started out, I did have the little dot for the eye, but clearly I've moved things around and misplaced that. We shall overcome that. Okay, now with the stamp set, you can do a two-part stamp, so you can stamp the background of the cookie and then the detail of the cookie as well. And if you do that with crumb cake in the background and early espresso on top, it looks like that. But I actually kind of preferred just stamping early espresso onto the crumb cake card. That way you don't get that white around there. That's great if you were stamping onto something. I think it looks a little bit better doing it that way. Now, I've got a few that I've already done, and we can just decide how we want them. So I didn't want them all to look half-eaten, so that's why I've kind of piled them up and put the teeth mark bits into the centre there so that they're kind of hidden a little bit. Okay. I'm going to pop 3 of them like that, and I'm quite happy for one of them to have to look like it's been half eaten. So a little bit glue on that one and cover it with this one, and then these ones I'm going to pop up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Take the back off, and then I can just place them on top like that. Okay, so there we have it. 2 little boxes. As I say, I lost the dot for the eye on the cookies, so I'm just going to add in a champagne rhinestone instead. Put one in there, just like that. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope that whoever receives these little boxes enjoys the cookies that come along with them too. Thank you once again for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I really would appreciate it if you did. Click on that bell and you'll get notifications of the next time I upload a video. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love to read a comment from you too. Take care. Until the next time. Bye bye.